This is Sam Brooks. We're down here at Warren County with Nick Sangi, who is made his decision. I guess you can see the hat on the table, but he's made his decision to go to Tennessee Tech, and it's been a really long road for him as far as college contacts and looking and seeing what's out there available to him. So it's been a long road, Nick. Tell us a little bit about when you got started with CSA and how things have gone since that point.
I think it was back in July. He first came over, and I really didn't have a lot of colleges I knew of that I could go to and talk about football and where I wanted to go. And y'all came up to me, and we went up there, and like maybe about a week later, I got colleges rolling in, calling, talking to me. Said like the three biggest ones were Tech, UTC, and Cumberland's. And you know, UTC and Tech, they're the ones hit me pretty hard, and ended up going with Tech. There's a lot of places outside of Tennessee, but you know, I didn't want to go that far away from home.
I guess you can tell a little bit by the accent. Nick is not really from this area. Nick came to us actually from California at the end of what would have been his sophomore year in high school. Nick had a big move from California into Tennessee, and his mom, of course, took a job here. Put Nick at Warren County High School, and the important thing about that with CSA is, you know, he kind of lost that sophomore year, and as far as the college coaches out there knowing who he was, where he was, and it made it a little bit harder for him to get seen by colleges that exist out there. And as we said, Nick called us about, I guess, really going into his senior year, the summer of his senior year, and we got with him pretty quick and got him some quick interest on CSA. The thing we come to figure out, and I think on the recruiting trail for you, you did figure out you didn't really want to go far away from home.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about some schools. You don't have to mention any names, but there were several D2 schools out there that were really wanting you to come play for them. And how did you come up upon your decision where you finally decided that you really wanted to stay close to home?
No, I kind of thought about it originally when I was in California. You know, I liked it there, and I go out there to see my dad because he still lives out there, and you know, I always get homesick when I'm away from there. I mean, I love it out there. I love going seeing my dad, but you know, no place back home really. And
yeah.
So went to Tech. It's maybe about a 40-minute drive. I'm close to my family and my friends. A lot of my friends are going to Tech. They got a great football team, and you know, a lot of other places that are a little bit farther away. And just, you know, it was a good school close to home. It was everything that I wanted.
The thing that kind of impressed me about it, you're a young man that's not afraid to travel. You went up in the summer of your senior season. You went up to Canada to train with a professional up there that you know very well. Spent about 3 weeks, I think it was, up there with them training, and were able to lose a lot of weight at that time, gain a lot of strength, and that was very important for you going into your senior season. Talk a little bit about your decision to go up to Canada and take a month up there and work out with those guys, and how that went.
Well, my mom knows somebody that lives up there, and they told me that if I go up there, you know, there's a lot of things that I could achieve when I go up there and get stronger, faster, lose some weight. You know, I mean, the weight part wasn't really a problem, but the strength and the speed was what I wanted, and then the weight just came with it.
Sure.
Went up there, trained for about a month, went on like a really strict diet plan, worked out every day for 5 days a week. And went up there, came back, a different person, really.
Well, you know, it had to do a lot for your confidence going into your senior season, and you know, it got you probably to the top of your game as far as strength and speed is concerned. Because you know, I remember talking to you, you felt you were stronger than you've ever been, and you were faster than you've ever been, and that, you know, that definitely helped. And especially when we got the word out there that you were there and you were training, I think that got a lot more interest on the recruiting aspect of your senior year than we had before you went up there. Talk a little bit about a college kid who might be out there listening to this that might have been in the same situation as you are. They got decent grades. They might think they have the potential and the ability to play college football, but maybe they're not getting some contacts, some looks, and some things that you know are important, that we know are important. What would be your advice to them? We've already talked about working out, eating. What would be your advice to, let's say, a sophomore or a junior out there that really, really wants to play college football or a college sport in general? What would be your advice to them now that you're to the point to where you're going to be playing college football?
Call up CSA-PrepStar. That'd be definitely number one, and work hard.
Well, now, I wasn't trying to lead you into that. I think it's very important for us to be involved, and we definitely got the information out there for you. But there's a lot of things that you can do to make yourself a little bit more marketable. CSA Prep-Star definitely is one of them. But you hit on the working out. Paying the price in the weight room is definitely something for a football player that you're going to have to do.
It's that whole thing about self-discipline. You gotta work hard. You gotta keep working hard. It's all consistency. That's what I'd say. I mean, there's been times where I slacked off and I could really see what it did, and it's not good. The more consistent you are from your freshman year to your senior year, the better off you are.
Talk a little bit about your grades, how you had to work on those, because I know you really improved your grades and you really worked hard on them after we got together at the first time, because we really told you how important grades were going to be in the end result, and as it turned out, they were very important. So talk a little bit about the grades and how you worked in the academics and anything else that you would like to tell an upcoming young man that wants to play ball.
I think grades are about everything. If you don't have the grades, you can't get in. Without grades, there's no football. It's really not as hard as it sounds. Most of it's just going in there and doing your work.
Effort and wanting to do it.
Yeah.
How many times when you got the college contacts from a coach, whether it be by email, I know you got all kinds of emails.
Yeah.
I know you got college calls, contacts from coaches all around. One of the questions that I always get when we were talking about you or some of our other kids would get, I guess probably the second question we get is about academics. Did you get a lot of academic questions from college coaches?
I did. They always asked me about my grades. I told them what my grades were. They asked about ACT. They said ACT was always big and it was important. My ACT grade was good for any school, just about all the schools that called me.
Right.
And that's definitely a big one, so you got to study for your ACT.
I never really influenced you too much because I'm an alumni of Tennessee Tech. I played football there back in the mid-'80s, late '80s. And this whole time, of course, I've been wanting you to go to Tennessee Tech. It's hard for me because I'm from Tennessee Tech, but being a CSA representative, I can't go over to Tech and tell the guys, hey, I got this guy, you need to look at him. I can do that through CSA, but not as much as you really wanted to, because I know Tech I thought all along Tech would be a good place for you to go, but I couldn't really say that. Tell a little bit about why Tech was your final decision, what they did to convince you to come there. I know you're going to go in as a long snapper and someone who's going to compete for that job immediately. So talk a little bit about what sold you on Tennessee Tech.
I'd say it was probably the coaches. The coaches, they were really consistent with their calls, and more consistent so than any other school really. And went up there, the coaches are great. They showed me around, showed me everything I needed to see, told me everything I needed to know. It was a good environment. I like, the classes I'm looking for. Field's great, atmosphere's great.
Sounds like you're just real comfortable with visiting and talking to the coaches.
It's close to home.
Well, it's a real treat for me because I don't know if I told you this, but I'm actually the color guy on Saturdays on TV for Tennessee Tech.
Really?
So I was a CSA guy, and now I'm going to be the guy up there talking about you in the box. So it's very, very exciting for me, and it's been a great ride with us, being able to work with you guys and your mom, Miss Dawn Marie, and she's been great, and getting stuff back to us when she's supposed to, and I told you when we got involved, we'd sit back and have fun and enjoy the ride. And boy, it's from my point of view, it's been really neat to sit back and watch that. Even though you went through some ups and downs and turbulent times throughout your high school career this year, it's been neat to sit back and watch and talk to all these coaches about you. And I really, really look forward to seeing you play at Tennessee Tech.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right.